Hey guys, so of course we're starting straight off here into my BTS binder because I figured BTS is probably the collection that most people want to see first, so plus it's also my favorite one to flip through. So I try to put all the photo cards in order of album released. If I'm missing any, like see I'm missing one of Jungkook's cards for School Love Affair, but yeah, they're all pretty simple towards the front. Nothing new until you get farther in, but the sleeves that I use Ultra Pro's Platinum series. I buy them in 100 sleeve packs just because it's cheaper, and of course going through 9-card sleeves you can do that really fast. And then I do have some custom made cards in here, like for this album is those 4-card sleeves are custom made because they are just, the normal 4-card sleeves are just slightly too small. And then I have a new photo card sleeve here I'm testing out for the BTS's whole Love Yourself series, so that folds out so you could display the entire collection and see the pattern on the back. So I just put cards in different areas just to kind of test them out and kind of see how it works in different areas to make sure the cards don't bend or damage. So that has been working out really well. Now I just need to master the technique a little bit. And then after the Korean version cards, I go into Japanese releases. And then these ones are iffy throughout. Some will have pictures, some just have cards with the names of who I'm missing in there. But I do also like to make sure, since for BTS I want to collect every member's card because they are my favorite group, that I do just leave empty spaces throughout just so I know what I'm missing. And it's kind of like my binders are my shopping list. If I have a little bit extra money for my K-pop budget that month, I'll see, oh, what am I missing, and kind of look through the binder, and whatever there's an opening, that's probably what I'll buy. These cards here are from the Blu-ray version of their concert, and they are in custom 2-card sleeves. They're quite tight of a fit, but they fit just perfect. And of course I'll have Suga's card all throughout. I always pull his card in like everything. But these 6-pocket sleeve ones are from a brand called BCW. I highly recommend Ultra Pro and BCW card sleeves. They're archival, so your cards will stay 100% safe in there and they will not deteriorate over time. I do put my cards in an extra sleeve just for a little bit more of a snug fit, as some of those cards are really, I guess, like silky-ish or smooth, so they fall out kind of easier than other cards if it's not like a tight fit. And I loved these postcards from their magazine that they did, that iKON. I am working on another set of custom cards for something else that came out that I haven't done yet. I was going to do kind of like a design with me thing, kind of show you guys how I make my sleeves. And then, oh, I forgot to take that card out. Here I kind of condensed down a little bit because these cards are probably going to be the last ones I try purchasing to collect, especially like the Red Bullet. Those are very kind of hard to find. They are and they aren't. Some members are really hard to find and some are kind of easier. But at the beginning of these ones I kind of have a little checklist box. So once I get all the members' cards I can cross it off and I know I have the whole collection for that member. I just thought it was a little fun way to kind of break up kind of the cards and stuff, but they're too cute. And then for the bigger cards, for these like muster sets and stuff, I probably will not be collecting. I prefer the smaller cards, but if I really love the whole concept, I would definitely get the larger cards. But usually I find I buy about 5 to 7 packs of these cards, and usually you can get pretty much a good variety and a good set. I've been able to, like in that one I have all of Suga's and all the group cards, so it worked out perfect. Oh, little standees. So these ones are also custom 4-pocket sleeves, because the 4-pocket ones for Ultra Pro, for some reason they don't use a full like 8.5 by 11 pocket size. Not sure why, but I just make my own custom ones to make them all fit. This set is almost done. So close. And then the Wings. I love the Wings tour. I bought so many goods from that one. I think I ended up with like a total of 10 or 11 goods from their Wings tour. I haven't really gotten any from their past muster that came up or concert goods. They're just so expensive to get right now. Like once the concerts just come out, so I'd rather spend the money on getting some albums. Can always get the goods later. And then these are just random, like an BBQ advertisement that they did. I got some of the cards, and then those are just fan-made transparent cards in the back. So nothing official. I just thought they were cute, so I bought them a long time ago. But there is my BTS binder. Oh, and for the binders, I use a D-ring style. So see, it's curved on the left and then completely straight on the right side. It just keeps for a consistent kind of leveling. So here we have my female group binder. Kind of gave them their own binder because I didn't have too many female groups I was collecting when I first started. So I need to make a cover sleeve for Hannah though. CLC. I'm still listening to Black Dress. It's a good song. Oh man, Twice is like, theirs is the hardest to put together because I don't even think I have them in order after a while. Because like with if you pre-order, you always get like a card for every member with the album. So I have some that are just like the newest one. I just hope I put everybody in the right spot. I enjoy Twice, but I don't think I follow them enough to notice all the little differences between them. That's why I like when they have on the back of the cards are signed or something, so I'm like, I can match the signatures together. But they've been doing a lot of photo cards. It reminds me a lot of GOT7. Not surprised since they're both JYP, but they need to calm it down a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna ever collect all of Twice's photo cards. I think my wallet might just die if I did that. It's just so many. I stopped doing it with GOT7 after I think like their last album. 7 for 7's I think the first one I haven't collected all of them for. Then Red Velvet, my favorite, one of my favorite female groups. AOA has some really, really pretty cards. That Red Motion, I want to collect them all just because they look awesome. They're so beautiful. Mamamoo. And there's no real photo cards for this one, but I ordered my signed album from, I can't remember the website, but a certain amount of people for each set got a Polaroid, like little mini Polaroid picture card with theirs, so it's like meet and greet, I think, something like that. And some of these groups, I don't know if I'll collect more of their albums. Some groups that I still want to, but like I haven't heard anything about Rainbow or some of those other groups for a while. Oh, I see another one of my favorite female groups coming up, Dreamcatcher. I love their albums. Their music videos are awesome. Highly recommend if you haven't checked them out to go do so. I love their album covers. The designs are, whoever designs them, I applaud you. Nine Muses, just got into them not too long ago. And then G-Friend, I only collect and get the albums that I like, so I don't have all of their stuff. And then Card just released their album. And then we have Sunmi. And then one of my new favorite female groups, G-Idol. And finally, Blackpink. I know that spot's been empty for so long, but finally they came out with a Korean album that I could buy and get photo cards. So excited on that. 101's binder. Yeah, they get their own binder because I collect so much from them, and there's 11 members. That binder I figured would fill up fast, especially when I bought the entire first album. I think I'm only missing a couple photo cards from this album. But these are 100% custom made sleeves as well. Clearly, I just wanted to play around with sequences. I kind of went through a strong sequence phase, which I still kind of do, but right now I'm more into embossing powders right now. But these were so fun to make because I was just so inspired by the music videos, like the concept colors and everything, so I really wanted to put something fun together. Plus, when in the Burn It Up video, when they put their names across, I fell in love. I loved it. Some more than others, so I think it came out really, really cool. A lot of people have bought some of these sleeves for me, and I've loved seeing how they react to it and that they enjoyed them too. So a little bit of a pain sometimes to make because them sequences don't like to behave, but it's fun. I did have a video as well if you want to actually see me make them for both albums because clearly these ones too are different. I don't know, one of them was just, it was fun. Their stuff was really inspiring, so I'm always looking for a new craft project. So this was fun. And then of course I downsized it because I don't, I don't have a lot of that album, so I didn't want to have the entire, I have an entire 11 member set made, but, and then those little puzzle pieces, loved those, and the gold discs, those were really nice too. Oh, I can just tell those magnets, I'm like, this page is heavy. And then my favorite photo cards from the art book, those ones are my favorite. Like, I have all the one-on-one photo cards. I think those ones might be my favorite because I love how it's got the art design on the back and then just like a cute photo of them on the front. Yay, 101. Alright, who's next? What's next? We've got, VIXX and B1A4. I love VIXX. They need to come out with more albums. So, yeah, I forgot to take those out too. I tried to downsize some of my stuff, take out the just empty space-saving sleeves. I do need to work because I do have quite a lot of their collection finished. Jekyll and Hyde. I love VIXX's dark era. That's like what I'm going to call it, their dark phase. Because VIXX, like if I think of concepts, I say this probably all the time, but when it comes to concepts, two groups stand out to me that can really pull off concepts, especially dark concepts. VIXX 100%, and then Cross Jean does really, really well with dark concepts too. But VIXX is just overall, they nail their concepts beautifully. Oh yeah, and I just finished the watching the drama Hung Bin was in. It's like Witch's Romance, I think. I can't remember. It's Witches something. And then my favorite album by VIXX ever, Chained Up. They have other really good albums, but I don't think any of them have topped Chained Up for me. I still listen to that full album. And then these sleeves are custom 2 pockets as well. Oh, I'll put in the description where I get my CDs as well, the sleeves for those. I just found something real cheap on Amazon that had really good reviews. Oh, yeah, I was planning to make custom sleeves for this album too, but it has developed to be quite the challenge. So I kind of gave up for a little bit. So I just put them all in just normal sleeves for now. And then Eau de VIXX. That's another, that one's probably my second favorite VIXX album. I died for that concept. I loved it. Oh, I'm shedding in there too. I saw my hair. And then Leo's solo album. I can't even. It's too good. Of course, all the Japanese. I don't know if I'm going to buy these. I probably should downsize it, because Japanese releases are usually some of the hardest cards to get. And of course, thankfully, I got my biased for their Utopia. Those ones have been very hard to find as well. And of course, yay. Great skills there. And then just some more concert stuff. VIXLR. By far one of my favorite subgroups. Those will fit in a normal 4-pocket sleeve, but I made a custom one just because they were starting to damage the corners on my standees. So I just wanted to make it slightly bigger. Whisper. Whisper was a good album, but it did not beat Beautiful Liar. Beautiful Liar is one of my favorites. B1A4, special place in my heart. My first album I ever bought was B1A4's Sweet Girl, the flower version. And I got hooked. It was such a beautiful photo book. I flipped through that photo book probably at least once a year, if not more. It's just beautiful. I know there's no sound, but I can hear the sound of me pulling those cards. Oh man. So this is my disband and hiatus groups. Plus, it's not just that, some groups that I don't plan to buy a lot of albums of. Like Super Junior, I know they release a lot of stuff, but I really don't buy their albums. It really houses just the one card that I own. But very sad 4-Minute broke up, but 4-Minute leads the group. And then this is their star card collection that they got or have from a long time ago. I have all of them but one. I ended up getting a duplicate card. I've heard a lot of people it happened, the same thing happened. So I'm missing one of Kiana's. Sad. And then Luna, what's happening with that group just confuses my brain, so I've kind of stopped collecting them. A-Pink I've kind of decided to stop collecting, so that's why they're here. I'm just not a huge fan of A-Pink, so. Then Momoland, funny story, I accidentally bought their album thinking it was Mamamoo. But I mean, I still enjoyed the album, so it was a surprise, a happy surprise. And then Secret. Stellar. I really want those white cards. They are so pretty. And then I'm so sad History disbanded. I was like, I was so upset. I think I listened to all their albums when I heard the news that they were disbanding. I think one of them actually now works with BTS and writing music or something, because I think there was some kind of scandal thing that happened with Suga and the writer from History, the producer. Because I know one of the members wrote a lot of their music. Oh, Boys Republic, they were on the unit. And then Cross Gene. Mirror was so good. Like, that concept freaked me out. Like, I could, like, It took me back to VIXX Voodoo days. Like, that Voodoo music video was so hard to watch because it was so creepy. That's what that mirror music video was. It was too creepy for me. And then Boyfriend. Oh, I miss their, like, Witch phase. I love that. Which was my favorite album, clearly, because I own all the photocards. Eric Nam. Love. Then Lucas is no longer a group. I think they disbanded and then changed their name and the group rearranged or something. Some groups I very much keep up on, and some groups you'll be able to tell I really don't. Like, if I really like the group's music, sometimes I'll just buy their albums and I don't really follow the group, especially if they don't really have, like, series or something where I can watch to really get to know them. But High 4, I really want them to come out with another album, or at least the subgroup 20. That was a good subgroup. Then Teen Top. Of course, JBJ disbanded for a short period. I think Fantasy was probably my favorite album out of all of them. Very First was the best out of, I think, the 3 albums they released. UNB, In Love. A lot of them have been going back to their original groups and doing albums and work. BoA. I think she might have been the first K-pop artist I listened to, and I didn't know she was a K-pop artist. It was that song, Energetic. Then Highlight. I do need to make a split in here, or at least change the cover to say Beast and Highlight. Seven. Another one of the first groups I ever heard, or maybe solo, but. Oh, Madtown. It makes me sad. Then You Kiss. Definitely one of the first groups I ever followed. A long time ago, back in like Bingle days, man. And there it is. So now we got my number 2 bias group, Monsta X. Has my number 1 bias person in it though. Since BTS, I love them all. They are all equal to me. But IM is my number 1 biased. He's too adorable. I love watching Monsta X-Ray. Such a good show. They're doing, I think season 3 is airing right now, because I've seen through like episode 6, I think. Oh, and my very first custom Photocard sleeves. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite Monsta X albums. Well, The Clan is up there. Deja Vu, I think, might be my new favorite. But just the colors and everything. Yep. Monsta X beautiful. Highly recommend this one. Love it. I hope I have all the Photocard sleeves right this time. I always seem to mess it up once. At least once. Something's always wrong. think the Shine Forever is my least favorite packaging for Monsta X. I just didn't get it. I don't want my album in a plastic baggie. God. And that's when they went. This is when they went crazy with photocards. I have like 30 plus now. I need to quit talking to JYP. Less photocards. And the CD plates. God. Yep. This is my second favorite album by Monsta X. I got so many One Hell photo cards. It's trying to fight for my attention. I will not accept it. Oh, iKON's too adorable. Like when I'm having a bad day, I do one of two things. I watch funny videos of BTS, or I watch funny videos of IM from Monsta X. And my day always gets better. And there it is, Monsta X. They get their own binder because they are a beautiful, glorious group. And then we move on to B.A.P, EXO, and B2B. I think the only group in this whole binder that I actually still kind of collect is EXO. B.A.P, yeah, out the door. Stopped collecting that one. Especially since we had the sad news. It sounds like they're going to probably disband, especially with our leader, Jungkook, leaving us. But we'll see. I think Matrix and Ego might be my favorite B.A.P albums. Because I didn't get really into B.A.P until The Matrix. Because I didn't know about their whole hiatus or know about them until after they just got back. So, oh, thank you. I didn't have to wait that long time. Oh, I forgot to take my watch off. Sorry. I know that's one of my big things. A lot of people always hit at me about wearing jewelry and having my nails done and stuff for my videos because it's, I guess, distracting. So I try to remember to take all my jewelry off and never have nail polish really on. But I guess I forgot. That's what happens when you record these at like 10 o'clock at night. I need to get more EXO albums. I know I'm missing some of their earlier ones. That's one of my favorites. Monster. I always say Monster like Monsta X. Monster is probably one of my favorite EXO songs. I still listen to it because it gets me so hyped. That music video, 100% on point. That look, I loved it. I don't know which one I'd say is my next favorite. I don't know, Cocoa Pop is really good too. But concept-wise, hands down, The War and the repackage are the best. I mean, the whole comic book theme thing, I'm in love. comic book. I'm still missing some though. Some of the pages. But I love this. It's like my own little mini comic book flip. It's a custom sleeve as well. I guess obviously. That learning to make that sleeve taught me how to make my custom GOT7, the triangle custom sleeve. I learned a lot from doing that. And I got B2B. I shrunk their section down because I'm not really, I mean, I was planning on collecting them all a long time ago when I first started collecting, but probably not going to anymore. I don't know what it is with Cube Entertainment and custom little CD plates. It drives me nuts. I'm just thankful BTS hasn't done it. There we go. Another binder done. Alright, now we got iKON. They get their own binder too. Unfortunately, theirs is not a D-ring style. Because I need to buy some more. But that's okay. So their binder's a little bit of a mess. In my opinion anyways. I've been thinking about making a custom sleeve for these debut cards, but it's probably not going to happen. They all fit so nicely this way though. It took me forever to get them all. Well, I paid a pretty nice price for some of them though. Buying photo cards is all about supply and demand, really. There's a lot of demand on the market. People will sell them cheaper. And if there's not really anybody there, they're going to sell them for a hefty price. Or if anything's like limited, those will sell for a lot too. Sometimes I wonder if I should just buy like a bunch of albums and take my chances at trying to get all the photo cards. Because I see some people that do these massive orders. I know they're like big group orders. But then in a sense, if you yourself say, I'm going to buy 7 albums, now I can guarantee myself 7 this whole collection. I don't know, I think I've only ever bought multiples. It was for Monsta X's Deja Vu, and I think the BTS's Love Yourself Answer. I think those are the only ones I've ever bought a second copy of. I only did that for BTS because I couldn't wait on the album. Because buying from Yes Asia takes like 8 to 9 business days from when it ships. Amazon Prime shipping's like 2 days. 2 days. And the price is pretty much the exact same. I think it was like $3 different. Alright, iKON. What do we got? One of my many miscellaneous binders. But I don't think this is the binder with the most groups in it. I kept Hoya though. Right next to Infinite. Alright, Infinite. I think one of them just came out with another solo album too, not too long ago. I'm so sad to have Hoya leave. He was my bias of the group, and I loved him on Hit the Stage, even though he only did really like 2 performances. It was almost like once you won, you're off the show. A lot of transparent cards have been very popular right now too. And then poor K&K, I haven't heard about anything from them in what feels like a year. They'd probably just need to get rid of those standee cards. They'd probably sell more albums. I'm sorry. Like, there's like 2 types of goods I don't like in my albums. Standees are number 1 unless it's like a group standee. And I hate CD plates. And K&K went crazy on the standees. And then we have Pentagon, which of course has all its scandals going on right now with Edon and Hyuna, which I could care less. I mean, if they want to date, let them date. Of course, since they are Cube Entertainment, they are CD plate crazy. And then, oh god, yes, SF9. They've gotten so good. I really didn't like the Mamma Mia album. I'd say O Sole Mio is my number 2. Loved that album. And then my number 1 favorite is their newest album. What's it called? I can't remember. It's got that Now or Never song. I'm not very good with like remembering all these albums. I'm a bad K-pop fan. But then of course Triple H. I hope they get their stuff fixed because huge fan of Triple H. Love them. And we got B.I.G., which we need to have another full group comeback. And then the Don't Worry ones was a Make Star project, so I'm not sure if you can actually just buy the album. And then Bonnie and Clyde. Yes. Another Make Star project. So happy that I started doing the Make Star projects. And then Kanto. Underrated, but very good. Highly recommend you check them out. And then we got Newest. And the Newest W should be at the end. Yep, there it is. Ugh. I get like a shiver every time I see the CD plates. Like, no. Okay, we'll stop talking about it though. And then who's next? In fact, they were on the unit. I think they did pretty good, or at least some of the members did really good. 2 p.m. the only album I've got. Gentleman's Game. I do need to get some more though, because I do quite like 2 p.m. And then Big Bang. Don't really have a lot of them. I need to start collecting them too. I think my GD and Top album's my favorite. Their little subgroup album they did. Victon, which did come out, that single album. I'm still listening to that song. I'm like addicted to it. It's really, really good. And then Halo. I wish they would have come out with an album for, they did like a single solo track that they did a music video and everything for. It was so good. I mean, I bought it on iTunes and everything, but I wanted like an actual album. I was like, give me the physical album. I do need to move this because I know Boys 24 is part of Into It, that group, but I'm too lazy. And then we got VAV. They haven't really come out with anything either. But there it is. Another binder down. Alright, and then I think this might be the last binder to go through. Oh, no. Second to last. So I got one more binder after this one. I have a lot of binders. I bought a second shelving system just to start storing them on, because I'm about to have to expand to more binders. Some of them are getting too overloaded and stuff. But anyways, GOT7. I think I'm missing only like 1 or 2 of their albums from the beginning. But I really didn't start heavily collecting them. You'll know when it happens is until their whole, I don't know, flight log series? Yeah, flight log. I was like, I don't know what to call it. Flight log. Yep, those are just sitting there. It's on my list of sleeves to make. Yeah, there we go. Boarding passes. I didn't really get that Photocard or goods card, but here's the first one I finally got. Cube. Not Cube, JYP. Oh my god. With their Photocards. Like 3 versions per album. It was expensive to collect them all. But they're beautiful. Of course, Mark and Bam Bam, my bias wreckers. Jackson is my favorite. He's been doing a lot of solo stuff, so I'm kind of nervous about him maybe leaving GOT7 and doing kind of like his own solo thing. But hopefully not. And then, yep, my custom little triangle sleeves. That was an interesting one to make. Mark. And then the concert stuff. And these cards came in a stamp set. So I bought a little tin of stamps. And they came with a little mini set of photo cards. I've had these cards for like ever. So I know when you first start trying to collect, it's like, I don't know what to collect, so I just bought everything. To the point where I was like, I probably, at this point, would not collect it. But it's like I already own it. Might as well. And then we have the JJ project. Only have a couple little things for that. I know they came out with like a lot of these, like these large postcards, but I decided just to keep with what I got. And then Astros, I definitely downsized. I'd love to collect at least a few members' stuff, especially Jin Jin, who's now my biased. He was my bias wrecker and he wrecked, so he is now my biased. So I'd love to be able to just collect all of Jin Jin's stuff, and then Rocky, who is now my bias wrecker, who was my biased. But I don't think I'll probably have time to get to collecting the Astro. I still have to catch up on BTS, so I kind of downsized their section for now. Can always move things along when you actually buy it. And then Rise Up. Their past 2 albums have been so good. Rise Up is definitely, like, they just keep getting better with every album. And then, of course, Snooper. Just a small group, but I still like their stuff. And I think they have a Make Star project I backed too for that last album. Like just like a special photo book or something, I think. And then Shiny. Taemin's my biased. I need to get some of his other solo albums. Of course, I have his Japanese ones. NCT. When NCT first came out, it was definitely a life struggle to try and figure out what was going on and all the different groups and everything. I know they went on Weekly Idol one time, and even they were confused. I was like, thank you. This is how I was, but you catch on. It just takes some time. I don't know what it is with SM Entertainment and having like these ginormous groups. I mean, EXO took me forever to get their names. Like, if it's a group that's larger than, like, 4 members, my brain's just either not gonna get it, or it's gonna take me a minute to get everyone's names down. That's why I need these reality shows. Because then they just say their names so many times it, like, drills into my brain better. Then MXM. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get their new album that came out a little bit ago, or it's about to come out. I'm just not sure. MXM's always been, like, okay for me. I wouldn't say I'm, like, 100% hooked, but it's not like I don't like their stuff. Jung's. No, that's one my group. I'm hooked on his stuff for sure. His stuff is just so good. I'm glad he didn't make it into the 101 group, because I think he's so much better as a solo artist. Because the music just sounds more like him. Like, sometimes I try to picture some of the other people that almost made it into 101, just to see, like, do I feel like they would have fit in the group, like, with the songs that they're releasing. But I think he did better by not making it and going solo. The Rose. So happy I found them. Day 6. My #1 band group. Love them. Their stuff, like, I don't think they've had, like, a bad song on any of their albums. All their songs are really, really good. Shoot Me is, like, is my jam, though. That music video, I've seen it so many times. I love doing, like, the quizzes, like, can you recognize the music video from little snippets of it? And I get surprised sometimes how I recognize some of these videos from, like, a bottle on a bar top. And I'm like, I know that video. Tells you I watch too many music videos. Because that's all I watch while I'm at work. I just have, like, a little music video playlist that's always playing. And Winner, they have some really good photo cards. Yeah, those probably didn't transition at all. Figured. Oh, and I love that, I lost my train of thought. Oh, God. I flipped too fast. The only reason I flip fast is because I don't want the video to be too long. Who wants to watch an hour of photo cards? I don't know who. Uptension. They've kind of been quiet for a while, too. I haven't really heard anything about a new album. At first, I thought they were going to be bigger than 17, because I really preferred Uptension to 17 when they first both came out. But the tables turned. 17 really started pumping out some really good stuff. Because I really didn't. Their first 2 albums for me for 17, they were okay. And then when their newer stuff came out, I was like, okay, I'll get the old albums too. And then, oh God, those photo cards, I need to remake those sleeves, because those are custom 2 pockets. I need to remake them. They're like the very first ones I ever made, so they're like semi my tests. They're just so bad. Oh, I cringe just looking at it. Sometimes I'm like, I could do 100,000 times better by now, but I just haven't had the time to make them yet. 17's got a lot of members, and I probably know, I'll be honest, 3 of them by name. Of course, I know the 8, because he'd be becoming my biased, I guess. Probably because his name's easy to remember and simple, and I love that dance video he did with, I don't know his name off the top of my head. It's just beautiful. They have so many photo cards too. Like, I want to collect more of 17's photo cards. Oh, but it's too many. Oh, this would be one of my favorites. I think Teenage might be my favorite 17 album. Especially the photo book, though. Amazing photo book. I'm sitting here thinking, I hope it's called Teenage. The album. I see one of my favorite boy groups. Them Stray Kids. I don't know what it is about them, but I really love Stray Kids. I've like rewatched their reality show a handful of times. But I know Jisung's called Han. He should have just left his name. I had it memorized. Now I have to remember he goes by Han. And Samuel. I know he's been on a show with the 8 from 17. When doing some kind of music show. I've seen little snippets of it on YouTube. And then who we got? Into It. I think so far their Carpe Diem and Snapshot have been my favorites. Their latest one was okay. That's how I really feel. Okay. But I think photo book wise, those first two, I mean the location for the Carpe Diem and then the whole concept of Snapshot, that whole magazine model runway, beautiful. And then the rose. The rose is so small. I'm so sad I didn't get to back their other albums and get copies. Because when I found the rose, I fell in love. Alright, and there is the last album, Photocard Binder. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of walkthrough. Just let me know what you do and don't like about how I put together my Photocard Binder collection, just so I can keep making sure the next one's even better. But like, subscribe, and share if you want, and until my next video, bye guys.